You have a cause that you're passionate about. Most speakers do. You have a story to tell, and you know your voice can make a difference to people who are struggling. Public speaking offers you the opportunity to inspire and impact hundreds, thousands, and even millions of lives. Becoming a professional speaker allows you to earn money for your message. You can quit your job if you don't like it and be your own boss, living life on your terms. It means getting excited in the mornings for the day of work ahead. It gives you the flexibility to work, look after the kids, and have some time for yourself too. This isn't the rah-rah motivational hype of network marketing and get-rich-quick schemes. The virtual world that we're living in right now makes this a more achievable reality than ever before.
One of the biggest things is my personal take on how to focus on becoming a public speaker. It definitely felt like before sort of just grasping at straws in the wind of like, how do I do this? And it really kind of brought it in to make it a digestible, tool-driven activity where, okay, here's where I'm good, here's where I can be better, and here's how I get to those next steps. So it made it possible. Before, it just kind of felt like this dream. And then now it definitely feels like an obtainable activity that I can partake in.
Definitely gained confidence. I guess knowing what I'm doing, knowing what I'm doing is right, as opposed to guessing, just observing other people and copying them. The most noticeable thing, because that was my biggest issue. Yeah. I really lacked that self-belief and that confidence. So that's the most noticeable for me.
Of course, the question you keep asking yourself, where do I start? You've tried a couple different speaking programs already, but none of them have quite clicked for you. You know you're passionate, you just don't know how to communicate that passion. You've been building up the courage to start speaking about what matters, but you're scared that no one will listen to you. Scared you'll share your deep, dark secrets and no one will care. You don't know whether you're ready to step into the limelight and be an ambassador for your cause. And even if you do, will it actually make a difference? You know you want to earn some money as a speaker, but feel intimidated when you hear about the astronomical fees that some speakers get paid. You want more free time, but the free time that you have is being spent learning the skills of speaking. Being your own boss still means that you have tough days, and often means assigning yourself more work than you had before. If you're not careful, your work and life end up more unbalanced than they were before.
But I think the big one, like you hit it on the other day, has been just the removing the roadblock in my mind that I couldn't do or couldn't appear well on camera. So I'm getting comfortable with how I look on camera, how I speak on camera. And I think that's obviously the biggest improvement.
I would recommend this program to people like me, first and foremost. And with that mindset is, this is something I really want to do, and I don't know how. I have a message I want to put out there. How do I do that? I know what I want the end result to be, and I'm at the beginning, and I need to know how to take those steps to get there. That's who I would recommend this to, where it's like, I see where I want to go, and I have no idea how to get there. That's who I recommend this to, because it breaks down the steps you need to take to be able to obtain your dream. So basically anyone that's at the beginning, either hasn't started or at the beginning stages of their beautiful journey, I would recommend it to them to be able to go, like, if you feel stuck, like, this will get you unstuck.
I believe that for most speakers, this path is chosen for them by some life event or experience. I imagine this was true for you, and it certainly was for me. My journey as a speaker began when I lost my dad to cancer at age 22. My dad had so much wisdom to share. He read so many books, and he had journals files filled with writing on psychology, philosophy, physics, pretty much anything else that took his interest. I'll never have the ability or opportunity to go through all the stuff that he wrote about. Look at this example here. 30th of October, 1984. Years before I was born, Dad was doing this stuff, writing his thoughts, collating his knowledge. But Dad lived in the wrong age. Dad lived before you could self-publish a book on Amazon, have your own radio show on Apple Podcasts, or host your own TV show on YouTube. Dad never had the opportunity to share his wisdom the way that we can nowadays. About 6 weeks before he died, I interviewed my dad about his life. One of the questions I asked him, what do you feel your biggest achievement is? He paused for thought, looked at me, and replied, you know, David, sometimes I feel I haven't achieved that much, really. That answer haunts me. When Dad died, he hadn't made the most of the wisdom that he had to share. And I didn't want the same thing to happen to me. I didn't want to be lying on my deathbed one day and feel like I hadn't made the most of my abilities. And I didn't want the same thing to happen to anyone else who had wisdom to share and see them take it to the grave the way my dad did. So I set about learning how to communicate through writing and speaking. Since Dad died, I've written 3 #1 best-selling books, won 4 national public speaking competitions, and my coaching clients have gone on to speak for TEDx, the NHS, the prison service, Russell Group universities, and a host of worthy charities and causes. I realized making the most of my abilities wasn't about passing my wisdom onto one person, the way Dad did with me, but developing speakers who could communicate their message to far more people in far more ways than I ever could.
The other thing is, I have to say, the reviews that you give are top notch, things that I'm not seeing, and that's what's really great about it. And to be able to connect that and see, oh, this is what I need to try to work on. This is what I need to do.
But your program has been great. Both cycles I've done it. You've been great. I feel like, anytime I have just this one-off question, I could send you an email or a note or a Facebook message. What do you think of this? And you're always so responsive and encouraging. I mean, that's definitely, we all get into those moments of, oh, dear God, can I really do this? And you've always been so supportive and very honest about your perspective, your perception. You've challenged me a lot. Again, I really appreciate.
Everything changes when you learn public speaking. I believe there is nothing as powerful for inspiring people. Because when you learn how to tell your story, how to connect with people, how to solve their problems, you will make a difference in the world. There are 1 billion people who understand English, and you can reach any of them if you learn this skill. This totally saved my ass when COVID lockdown hit, because I already knew all the tools I needed to get my message online. And I actually feel I've been more influential during lockdown than I ever was before. 2022 is shaping up to be the same kind of year. If you learn these skills over the next 12 months, you're going to thrive in the next decade. Because virtual communication is going to boom in the 2020s. If you jump on this early wave, you'll be cruising. If you don't, you're going to be paddling against the current, trying to catch up. That's why I believe one of the best things you can do this year is join the Superhero Speaker Group Coaching Program. We're a superhero team who come together to amplify our voices and bring change to the world. The Superhero Speaker Program is a 4-month journey that builds your speaking from multiple angles. We have a group meeting every month where you get to sit in the hot seat and receive guidance from the rest of the group. They will encourage you when you're feeling down. They will support you when you have an important talk. They will give you great ideas you would have never thought of yourself. They will help you find opportunities you didn't know existed. Every month, you deliver a speech during Inspire Week and receive a personal evaluation from me. The co-creators often say that this is simultaneously their favourite and their least favourite part. I'll push you hard, but you will see the results. You will gain more confidence in expressing yourself and sticking to your style as a speaker. You will eliminate errors and mistakes. You will learn what the most impactful parts of your story and the most powerful parts of your message are. We also get together for a workshop every month. You will learn advanced speaking skills and have a lot of fun at the same time. These workshops are designed to plug the gaps in your knowledge and give you a toolbox of strategies that you can pluck out quickly and easily when you are speaking. These are the frameworks and strategies that are the difference between being a casual influencer who just collects vanity metrics to being a professional speaker who makes a true difference with your words.
It's just been fantastic. It's been so good. I mean, people are inviting me to speak on things that I didn't even know I could speak about.
I've come away from each one with a nugget that I start using. I loved the mind mapping one we did, where we looked at the place in our room, in our house, and anchored things to it. I use that to this day. I use that. I go into a talk saying, okay, these are the 3 things I'm going to talk about. Anchor, 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 go. And it's just, I'll probably use that for the rest of my speaking career.
The Superhero Speaker Program is the fastest, most efficient way to hone your passion into a coherent message, develop the standout skills that people will pay for, and maximize your time as a speaker to make the greatest impact. In the program, we take you from starter to professional in a guided step-by-step process. For example, EJ went from an aspiring speaker trying to find her way to a professional speaker getting paid £300 an hour to speak after just a few months in our program. When Sarah first joined the program, she had never spoken publicly about being bipolar. Within 6 months, she delivered a talk about suicide that received over 1,000 views. Here are a couple more of our superhero speakers who are more confident and skilled in their speaking as a result of being in the program.
Also, the camaraderie that the group has brought, getting closer to these people has really been an amazing thing. It's like a comfortable jacket. It's warm and cozy and it feels good. I think it's definitely the different mix of people. So every time it tweaks a bit, it changes. You get a different personality. It's always constant. It's always fresh. So just because you were in last time doesn't mean it's going to be the same this time. So you're watching us grow and seeing where we need growth, and you help us push forward that way or push that way. So that's what I would say. The program is meeting the needs and yet still challenging and pushing.
And what I've got out of the program, for me, I got more confidence to actually go live and to do my talk. Before this program, I was always thinking, like something holding me back. So truly, this program for me, it has given me confidence in to speak. Now I'm a public speaker.
Yes.
I wanted to become a public speaker. I joined the program. I've become a public speaker. I can speak publicly. I'm not worried about talking anymore. I'm not worried. Before, I was overthinking this whole public speaking thing. It was as if I was waiting for permission. Yeah. I feel like I was waiting for permission. to be told, actually, just Zara, it's okay. You're allowed to go and do this. You want to do this? Go ahead and do it. Because truly, I realized I was just my own enemy. I'm just holding myself back. So the program has given me permission to go and do what I need to do, which is what I will do, or I'm going to do.
I was saying earlier that you probably tried some speaking programs that didn't work. You spent $297 on an online course that you never even completed. You spent $2,000 on a coaching program, only to find out that the trainer was teaching you what you could read in a Dale Carnegie book or find on the TED website. In this program, I work with you each week, taking you step by step through the process and tailoring what I teach you according to your needs. You get this service for 4 months for $697. We also have monthly installment plans available. Perhaps that still seems like a lot. Remember EJ, who started getting paid £300 to speak within a few months of being in the program? 2 speeches, and she's paid back her investment. Now, full disclosure, I'm not promising that's going to happen for you or that quick for you. Becoming a professional speaker takes hard work, time, and honestly, a wee sprinkle of luck as well. What I do promise is that within a very short time in this program, you'll be a much better speaker than you are now. And the better you are at speaking, the higher your odds of getting paid to speak. When you join this program, you'll get some great bonuses to help you get up to speed even faster. The first is the Rise and Inspire book. When I started my journey as a speaker, I made a lot of mistakes and went down loads of blind avenues. When I started, there was no handbook for how to be an aspiring professional speaker. So, I wrote this book. It outlines everything I wish I'd known back then. If I was to start my journey as a speaker all over again, I would follow this manual. It normally costs $15 to buy, but you get it for free as part of this program. The second bonus is my Get Zappy with Zoom online course. Although I've been using Zoom for a couple of years before the pandemic, I'd only used it for one-to-one calls. Like everyone else, I was forced to learn how to adapt to this new way of working and communication. How can I run group workshops and webinars through this medium? I put everything I've learned and field tested about speaking on Zoom into this course. The course normally costs $147, but again, you get it for free as a superhero speaker. The third bonus is you get 4 months membership of the Virtual Speakers Club. The Virtual Speakers Club is a group that meets every 2 weeks where you can network with other speakers and get feedback on your speeches. It's normally $35 a month to be part of the club, but again, this is included in your superhero speaker program, saving you $170. In total, that's nearly $350 worth of free bonuses that you get on top of the regular content.
I didn't think I was going to learn a lot because I'm like, it's going to be the same old what I kind of already know and what I already think I do. But oh my gosh, holy smokes. I mean, it seems like, well, first of all, the calls we have, those are extremely helpful, especially like when I go into it thinking, it's not going to teach me anything I don't know. Well, damn you, David. You teach me something new every time. I mean, even last week with the humor, I mean, that was gold, man. In fact, the stuff that you were talking about and how to present it, I'm going to use some of that in the talk I have scheduled in 2 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm applying what I'm learning directly to talks that I'm giving and that I'm doing. I think by far the best value, though, is the one-on-one critiques you offer for all of our sessions. I mean, that is gold. Gold. You point out things that I don't even know I'm doing. You know, like the whole touching my face. I didn't know I did that.
The whole concept of it is I've never come across it before. And I feel like, I mean, I've seen all of a sudden, I don't know if it's the algorithms or whatever, all of a sudden so many coaching, speaking forums have come up and I'm getting invited to all sorts, but there's none that gives me space to be. I think this is the first group that I felt I'm actually part of. I haven't come to just be told. I get to tell as well. So it's a brilliant concept. I would recommend this program to people who want to perfect the art of speaking. So it's not just about having a story. It's not just about being able to just, form the words and be eloquent. It goes past being eloquent. And I think that's something I've sort of recognized, because there are a lot of people who are just eloquent and as per they can talk. Mm-hmm. So that doesn't mean you're a good speaker.
Yeah.
And getting all the likes on Facebook, you will always get likes on Facebook. You'll always get people tell you how wonderful you are. And then that lulls you into a false sense of security, because you're not actually having the true impact that you think you're having, until David comes and shines the light on your speech and you're like, oh my God. Like, oh, yeah, okay. So I would recommend this to people who want to be taken more seriously. Mm-hmm. People who want to perfect the art of speaking.
In this program, we take on the most exciting, driven, inspiring speakers that we can find. Because of this, there's an application process to join. Applications are open now and will close again in a few short days. Applications only open 3 times a year, so don't wait around. Don't spend the next 4 months stumbling through by yourself, getting frustrated at the stunted growth and wasted time. Don't leave your story untold. There are people out there who need help now. They haven't got time to wait. I believe 2022 is your last chance to get ahead of the competition when it comes to remote work and virtual speaking. If you don't start thinking about the work-life balance now, you're soon going to find yourself playing catch-up. After the challenging couple years that we've been through, you can start building the foundations of a new way of working and living going forward. Your voice can reach people across the world, and we'll give you the megaphone. Click the link below this video to ensure your application is in before the deadline. We'll see you on the other side, superhero speaker.